Green. Back out to Bradley. You don't want to sag too far of him. No, lovely ball movement by the Flyers for 2.
Great patience there from the Bristol Flyers, inside, outside.
Lewis, too long on that. Green running rim to rim. Oh, what a block from Lee. Manchester just 1 score to show for the opening 3.5 minutes. Here's Green in close.
Evenly by Bradley, no space, even though he had the size difference.
Lewis finds a little seam in the defense and lays it in for 2. There's plenty of bulk in Leslie Smith as well to match up against.
There is indeed.
Stolen away, Jacob off to the races and will jam it in.
And all of his shots, Dan, have been open, have been casual threes. Manchester Giants are baiting him into shooting it.
Well, that's one way of putting it, as Robertin rocks the rim. Bristol would top out a multi-tie with those teams. That obviously would require Leicester and Newcastle to lose their last 2, but it's still mathematically possible. Robertin forcing it in.
And the big man was able to muscle that up through Leslie Smith's arms. Nice finish.
Lewis throws it all the way back up to Lee. Oh, man slips. Lee knocks down the 3.
Wow. Thomas Edwards just creates his own.
Oh, and they've stolen it back and Jacob jams it in.
Wow, Trajan Jacob looks very active since introduction into this game.
Ollison takes the 3 himself. Thomas Edwards trying to keep it alive. Manchester have it. Harris out in front, and this time he lays it in the game so far. It's only the 5th combined. Oh, Smith gets wide open underneath and stolen away by Smith, who is almost given to him. Ollison, there we go, that's more like it. So Jones with it, almost stolen away. Drop down to Robertin, who throws it down.
Good work there from Callum Jones.
Brad Green, it's been easy for him down in the low block.
Now, you're in the southwest, Dan. Free cider. That's where
free cider.
That's where you'd really get the.
They have
fans.
A cider sponsorship at the Flyers as well. Surely that's how you do it. Lobbed in, oh, too high, and slowing it down and running it back in for 2. The other thing is that once you get into a rut, as that one's passed straight to Lewis. Oh, volleyball spike from Johnson chasing it back.
Defense, you'll see him pop up with big steals. Look at this, goodness me. British Basketball League experience, and then you throw in Callum Jones as well. So this isn't an all-rookie team with no experience. They just, you can kind of get, no one really sees. But when you have a bad day when you're a professional basketball player or an athlete, it's for everyone to see, so there's not really any escaping it.
Well, there's nobody sat there going, well. Here's Walsh underneath, has it stolen away. Ollison continues to pile on the agony. Samuels, deep 3 from Johnson. All string Keedy Johnson. Well, Manchester Giants are trying to get something positive to take out of this game. They're not going to make it all the way back and win, but just trying to get something going.
Oh my
goodness!
goodness!
Quarter court heave. Well, that's got them on their feet here. Caught a couple of weeks ago, and here's Jacob from just inside the halfway line on the 3rd. Ollison, tough shot.
Wow, that is a tough shot. Nothing but the bottom of the net as well. Not much the Giants could do about that one.
There's Walsh in close. They've been on the wrong end of it 4 times already.
Wow.
And it looks to all the world as if they're going to make that number 5 here as Bristol move into the 30s in terms of their lead. Walsh for three, knocks it down. Well, he's certainly been one of the brighter sparks in the Manchester team this year. And there he is getting to the basket.
The answer to your question, the difficulty they'll have is because they're 7th seed, let's just say they progress to the next round, they'll play the highest seeding.
Won't they? That's the thing, is the way they've been playing in recent weeks, and it is one of those things, you know, you were one. Professional athletes believe in themselves. They wouldn't be professional athletes if they didn't believe in themselves.
No, exactly. And I think this is a group as well that's been through a lot this year. I would classify the Bristol Flyers as being one of the most unluckiest teams this year with injuries. It started off from pre-season where one of their key imports got injured, and it didn't really ever stop for them. You know, they were...
Well, they would have been expecting... Obviously, they had their best ever finish last year. Third in the table, had the same record as Leicester in. Lee strings the triple. They haven't made too many threes.
Doesn't look like Leslie Smith agreed with the call
either.
Well,
no, he's certainly arguing his case. Tell you, Evan Walsh do well not to end up looking like Jake Heenan at the end of the game, taking hits like that. He could have made 6 or 7 of them, and the scoreboard would have been even worse. Tipped in by Lee. Andreas Kapoulis and his 20 years with the Flyers and the sort of dreams that they had at the beginning, but they could never have imagined they would get to this sort of level.
Wow, competing in European competition this year as well, and it's, as you say, Dan, it's been a long owed journey for him, but he must feel so proud of his input and what he's created here today.
Bradley just a little short, but enough on that one. Might not see all of that this time around, but might see a few game threes along the way.
Well, it means you can get blown out and it doesn't
matter, yeah. Other than the psychological scoring that it might give you.
Instead, he had the whole arena looking at him.
He's got to buy everybody on the squad a coffee now, I think.
Yeah.
He's missed 2. Isn't that how it works? Small victories. Nice pass. Lawton underneath will lay it in. Lawton's going to get the final shot of the game, and that will do it. The Bristol Flyers very comfortable indeed.